Hi everyone, I'm Corey Wells, back for another reading for National Poetry Month. Yesterday I shared a poem called Homecoming by Gail Newman, and in it she describes her mother having to leave the street that was not her street and the city that was not her city, and following the Holocaust. Her mother was a survivor. But that brings me to the more general theme of immigration. And I'm going to share today a poem called I Call This Our Once Upon a Time. And it's from the book Little Gears of Time by Susan Martinello, which was published by Negative Capability Press last year. And this book is a novel in verse and in the voices of, I believe, 7 generations of women. And so it begins with an immigration, or shortly before an immigration, and then follows this line of women. And so it becomes an American story in terms of the immigration, but also it really examines the changing experience of women in America. So you might like to check it out. The speaker here is Clara, who is 40 years old, and this is at Castle Garden, New York, 1883. And Castle Garden is what preceded Ellis Island as an immigration point. I call this our once upon a time because our night has fallen and we need rescue, because we are exhausted by loss on a ship of people crowded with hope, because we arrive at a place called Castle Garden, and what small family of Swiss women wouldn't like a castle, even one with a rank harbor for moat? Because we pass through great wooden doors into fable, where a scribe peers over his glasses, looks hard at me before asking my name. I hold my breath, stare over his shoulder through the open door behind him, because I glimpse the happy ending called America. That's I Call This Our Once Upon a Time by Susan Martinello. And if you're using these poems for your own writing prompt, what do you know about your family's first coming to the place where you live now, whether that's America or more specifically a city or state? And how can you imagine that intersects perhaps with a myth or a fairy tale? And maybe play with that and see where it takes you. We're almost to the end of National Poetry Month, but I'll be back tomorrow to share a few closing thoughts. And I thank you so much for being with me on this journey. Bye for now.